What up? What up? What up? Let me stop. I can't steal that. What's going on? What's going on, people? You know what I'm saying? It's A Black in the building. You know, one half of the Storm Warner show. You know, one half of the Maxed Out show, of course. You know, but this is your man A Black coming to you with another A Black Thought. You know, just straight talk, homie. You know, we just here to talk. You know, last week, tough loss. You know, tough loss, tough way to end the season. But I've seen a lot of things that I'm encouraged about moving forward. I mean, just you know, one individual that we all know, Cam, is just a different dude, right? Just his whole mentality and the way he goes about things, he goes about his business. How a young man that wants to be the best, who aspires to be the best. You know what I'm saying? He handles his business like a pro at a collegiate level, and that's important. That says a lot. But you know, once again, like I said, I wasn't too happy with the play calling offensively. You know what I mean? So at some point, you know, blame has to be given around to everybody, right? You know what I'm saying? Players and some of the coaches as well. But I'm just sticking to the offense. I just didn't like the play calling. Didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? I don't got to get in here and get all indignant and curse and yell and scream because that's just not Black. That's not what I do. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I do. You know, I trust me. I trust me. You know what I'm saying? I trust me. I trust my eyes and what I see. You know what I'm saying? Do I know everything? Nah, I don't know everything. Never claimed to know everything. But what you see with me is what you get. And I always speak from experience. You know, I always speak from experience. Sometimes I do when it depends on the situation, Jay. You know what I mean? It depends on the situation. When I'm talking about like children and stuff like that, and children being jerked around, I'm passionate about that. But, you know, so you made me lose my train of thought, bro. You made me lose my train of thought, Jay. But now I got something different I'm doing today. I got a couple guests on that I got a couple guests that I'm bringing on, a couple young guys that are aspiring, hopefully, to be in a position that a lot of young men at this particular time are going through right now. That have to make tough decisions and, you know, choosing what colleges they want to go to. You know, Miami's killing it right now. I've been here. We're going to continue to kill it. So that's great, you know, moving forward. I think next year we're going to be a totally different team. I'm always going to have a high standard for us. You know what I'm saying? I'm always going to do that. But I'm going to bring on my first guest. You got to unmute yourself. So tell the people you hold on. My bad, people. Hold on. Because I forgot. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me get this audio right. One second. All right. So tell the people your name, where you from, your position, and your class rank when you graduate.
My name is Nasor Shanafi. My class is 2025. I'm a sophomore. I play corner.
Is that all you play?
Yeah, corner, running back.
Okay. My other guest. If you can turn your camera on, that would be appreciated. And he just bounced out of
my camera. It's broke, remember?
All right, yeah. So tell me your name, your position, and your class, sir.
My name is Cornerback Asanaki. I'm class of 2026. I play running back and safety.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna start with you, Kafre. Nas, you can mute your mic right now. I'm gonna start with you, Kafre. So this was your first year in high school, moving up from the youth ranks. You know what I'm saying? Your first year in high school. I know you had aspirations of playing varsity, making varsity. It didn't work out that way. I mean, but we're not gonna get into that, right? Because we know what that's all about. But tell me, how do you think your JV season went? Positive, negatives, and tell me what you feel you need to work on to become the player that you want to be. To become the running back that you aspired to be.
So I'm gonna start off with my positives. So positive that I had this year was just my overall development over the season. I felt that I got better as the season went on, and as little as opportunities they got, you can see even the blind person could see that I made the best of all my opportunities. And my negatives were that they discredit my talent. They didn't give me as many opportunities as I deserved because I worked as hard as the next man, and they didn't give me the opportunity that I had. So I just want to devote this off season to just get better. And the things I think I need to work on is my speed and lower my pad level when I run. Because over the season, I can tell I would have did a little more. I would have did better than what I did if I would have lowered my pad level. So those are the things I need to work on, and my strength.
Okay, so you said you mentioned your development throughout the year, right? You mentioned you saw yourself develop and get better throughout the year. What would you say was the big factor of that? Like, was it coaching? Like what would you say was the biggest contributor to your overall development?
Well, it wasn't the coaches. So I would say me, my father, and every day when I came to practice, I just knew that I didn't have the luxury to not to be lazy in practice. I couldn't do that like the rest of the players. So I went out and practice every day and worked as hard as possible. And even though it was games where I knew I was going to play that week, but I still came out to practice and worked harder than the starters. But I still didn't get my opportunity to show it during the season. So that's what really drove me to get better and better during the season because I knew nobody on that coaching staff was going to push me, so I had to do it myself.
I mean, and it's like that sometimes, and I always say, you shouldn't have to look to any coach, whether coaches are good or bad, to be motivated. Motivation comes from within. Self-motivation, in my opinion, is the best motivation out there. Now, if you get a coach or two or three that's a motivator, like I was when I coached, like when I coached all my players, I motivated cats. You know what I'm saying? I turned young men that were okay. I turned them into some good players, into some certified goons, right? And you witnessed that. You bear witness to that because you've seen it. You've seen it, but you also see it in yourself. Just speaking on what you said, I agree. I like the fact that after a while you stopped complaining and you went to work, right? You stopped comparing yourself to everybody else and you went to work. And you took what I said and you used it when I told you, whenever you get an opportunity, make the most of it. I don't care if it's one carry or two, make it rememberable. And you did that. You know what I'm saying? And you did that. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the things I was very proud of watching you play, even with some of the limited snaps you were getting when you got in the game, that individual that was trying to tackle you knew it was a job. And it always took more than one person to bring you down. My thing was just lower your pad level, continue to run behind your pads and don't give them such a big target. Just give them shoulders and knees to hit. And eventually, they're not going to want to do that. And I don't know if you noticed, at some point in the season, you started to realize your strength and how strong you really are. And once you realized that, you became even more dangerous, because your confidence grew, what I'm saying, in yourself. Because you always had the ability. It's just the confidence. What I'm saying? You gotta have the confidence in yourself. So now, if you was a senior right now, if you was a senior and you was getting recruited, and we know the early signing period is on December 21st, and of course the next one is in February, your Earth Day month. What would be your top 5 schools right now? Like, what would be your top 5, and why?
My first school would be Oregon. My second school would be Texas. My third school would be Michigan. You said how many schools? You said 5, right?
Yes, 5.
Okay, so Michigan, and then my next school would be Oklahoma, and then my last school would be Ohio State.
Let me ask you a question. Like, I get the schools, but the one that's a curveball to me is Oklahoma. Why Oklahoma? Like, I could see the other ones, but I'm wondering, like, why Oklahoma?
To be honest, I'm not. I haven't really looked at. I've watched a little bit of Oklahoma football this year, but I was basically going off of how they was last year. But I can't really go off how they was last year because they don't have the players. They have some, but they don't have their key players like their quarterback and their head coach. So
Okay.
but
Okay.
I just picked Oklahoma because they've always been a good program.
Why Oregon?
I picked Oregon because I like Oregon. I've always liked Oregon. I always liked their coaching. Uh, I wish Mario would have stayed, but that's it. That was his decision. But I just liked even after Mario left, you can still see we're still a top programs. We're going to a bowl game, I think. But Oregon's always been a good program. We've always never been known for being not a good program, and that's why I want to go Oregon.
Okay, and you said Oregon's doing well this year. You do know Oregon's doing so well is because all the players that Coach Mario recruited and left there. You do know that, right? He left that roster flooded with goons.
Yeah.
But yeah, long as you know that. You do know that because you're my son. You live in my household, so you do understand that. Let me see. So, what is your expectation? What are your expectations? What are you doing right now? What are you doing right now to make all that a reality for you? Like, what are you doing right now? What are you doing?
Right now, I'm in track season. Right now, trying to get my speed up. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm in track season with my high school, and I got great coaches, so I trust them that they would help me with my speed, not only my speed, with my strength. So, and that's what I'm doing right now in all season football.
Got you. Well, you know I got you. You know I got your back on the strength and conditioning part. You know that, right?
Yeah.
All right, as long as you know. Now we about to say you can stay on if you want. I'm about to bring your brother in here, but tell me one thing about your brother's game that you like.
His confidence, because if you see throughout the season, he's guarded people that's like noticeably taller than him. He guarded 6'4" receivers and didn't allow a catch. So I just like his confidence and his way how he doesn't shy down from how tall you are or how physical you are.
All right, my man. Nas, unmute yourself.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So same thing. Tell me, what you liked, what you liked about the season, your positive, negatives, and what you think you need to work on to become elite. You know what I mean? So you become an offer guy.
What I liked about the season was that my technique was better than what I thought it was. I felt I was able to guard anybody, not just because of height. So I just felt I cover anything out there, and I was happy that we won our conference championship.
All right. So what do you got to work on? What do you feel you got to work? You got to get better at?
My zone technique.
Okay. All right. I agree with that. What else? What else? What do you feel you do? What do you feel you're best at?
Man on man.
All right, coming to the camera, some champ, so they can see you. All right, man on man. You want to know what I feel you need to get better at?
Yeah.
Even in your man, right? When you're a man, sometimes your man, your press technique is immaculate, right? But sometimes you leave just a little too much space in between you and the receiver when you get ready to look and lean. You know what I'm saying? I would like for you to be able to close that space some and make it a little more uncomfortable for the receivers. You know what I'm saying? But you didn't do it every game, but some games you did have some space, but it wasn't every game. It wasn't every game. Most of the point you was on point, but no one's perfect, but let's try to be, right. Let's try to give a perfect effort. Your zone technique, I agree. You're not bad at it. You're good. You know what I'm saying? It's more so it's communication, right? You know what I'm saying? And you got better at that with your communication. With your communication. So tell me what you didn't like about the season. Like off-season awards, all conference or stuff like that. How you feel about that? Like how you feel about that? Because I'm before you answer that, I had to do some research, right? I did some research, and two corners, I ain't gonna name the school, but they was first team. One of the corners, he played in 12 games. He had 5 picks, which is good. He only had 2 pass breakups, and he only had 8 tackles in 12 games. And he was first team. Then you had another person who was first team who only played in 3 games, and he only had 4 tackles. Now, you played in, when you started about the last 6 weeks of the season, right? You had what? 4, what was it? How many tackles?
34 tackles, 11 pass breakups.
Go ahead. You can tell them. Go ahead.
I had 34 tackles, 11 pass breakups, 2 interceptions, and 2 sacks.
And that's second team. That's first team stats to me all day long. Like that's first team stats. You got 34 tackles, right? 34 tackles, 11 pass breakups, 2 picks, and 2 sacks. Right? Like, come on, man. Compared to, all right, the one dude had 5 picks. Cool. All right. But what about the others? You only had 2 pass breakups and 8 tackles. You had 34 tackles, 11 pass breakups, 2 picks, and 2 sacks. That tells me that if you wasn't my son and I'm looking at your stats, I'll say, yo, he's an all-around corner. He can cover and he can tackle, right? But I don't know what the voting was. I don't know what the issue was, but what I like most about your game, and I'm gonna echo what your brother said, you're not concerned with a receiver's measurables. It doesn't matter to you. If he's 6'4", 6 feet, 5'11", 5'8", it don't matter, because I've watched you play your game, right? You got to play your game. Like I tell you all the time, play your game, your technique. You know what I'm saying? Your technique. The taller they are, this is the bigger target for you to put them paws on. So I'm just echoing what your brother said about the parts of the game that he liked about you. So I'm going to ask you the same question. what do you feel you have to get better at strength, like in the off season? Like he said, he got to get faster, he got to get stronger, he got to lower his pad level. What do you feel besides zone, like technique wise and strength wise? What do you feel you got to get better at?
Me?
Yeah, what you feel? What you feel you got to improve on?
I feel like I can definitely tackle a little bit better too. I missed a couple this season. I feel like I could do that a little bit better.
Okay, so I mean, you had 34 tackles, so you're not a bad tackler, but you feel you just want to tighten that thing up a little bit because you could have had about 40 plus tackles. What about your speed? You want to get faster?
Yeah, definitely want to get faster.
And what are you doing to make that happen?
I'm running track. I go back to track on Monday, so
Any weight room? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I said just can't wait to get back.
Any weight room numbers you trying to hit? I already know what my goal for you, but I want to know if you got a goal as far as like on the bench and the squat. Anything you trying to get to?
Yeah, I try to bench press better, and want to learn how to hang clean better.
Okay, so what's your max you trying to get to on the bench? Because your max was 270. What you trying to get? What you trying to improve that to?
At least 290 or 300.
That sounds better. And your squat was 350, so I mean you can improve on that too. But I'm cool with that as a DB. So same question: if you were a senior right now, early signing day come in, who would be your top five? What would be your top five schools?
It'll be Alabama, LSU, Ohio State, Miami, and Michigan.
Okay. Why hold on, you said Alabama. Why LSU?
Because LSU puts out good DBs.
Yeah, but Corey Raymond's no longer there.
The DBs still play good in 2021.
Okay. Why Bama?
2022, I mean, my bad. Because the DBs are good, and they are having a good season this year.
All right. Why Michigan? All right, big dog. Appreciate you, big dog Kane. And you know that, Max. Go ahead. Why Michigan?
Because their DBs aren't allowing a lot of passing yards this year. You see, they were shutting down Ohio State passing game last game, so I really like Michigan DBs the way they covering the Big Ten.
All right, and why Ohio State?
Same thing. Not particularly off this year. I felt the DBs were off this year, but from last year and years back, I felt the DBs have always been one of the best in the country. So that's why.
I could agree with that. And I like that. I like that honest opinion you said of the DBs this year. You know what I mean? Because you could have simply bigged them up, but I like that honest assessment you gave of them, saying not this year so much. And of course, why Miami? Why Miami?
Because they put out good DBs too. I'm gonna say not this year for the corners, but definitely for the safeties. They played really good. But if we look in the history of corners that came out of Miami who were successful, that's why.
Okay. At the end of the day, fam, if they're good enough to be recruited at that level, trust me, Miami's always gonna be in the picture. You know what I'm saying? Miami's always gonna be in the picture. But at the end of the day, it's a business decision. That's what I teach in my household. Like, we're not gonna choose a school because I like a school, right? We gotta think, we gotta be adults and mature about this thing. You know what I mean? If Miami's the best place for you and they're putting DBs out, you know what I'm saying, first 2 rounds, then yeah, that's cool. And like my McCaffrey, running back, you know what I mean? If Miami's the best place and Oregon is not there, or Texas or whatever, that's something we got to do. So, hey, so tell me one good thing that you like about your brother's game.
That he could be a combination of speed and power when he gets into the open field.
I like that. That's true. Hey, got a question for you right here. Brother Jay Blaze said, Nas, what position at DB you like the most, corner or safety?
Corner.
I got a question for you. Who do you model your game after? Like your cornerback, like who do you model your game after?
I got a couple. I got J.C. Horn, Derek Stingley. I like to watch Kamari McLean, and Patrick Surtain.
Okay, so what about Patrick Surtain's game that you like? What do you like about his game? Like what does he do that you try to mimic on the field?
I like his patience and his kick step.
Okay. What is it about Derek Stingley's game that you like that you incorporate into your game?
I like his ability to just run with any receiver and being able to stay square and knowing when to open up his hips, and his press technique is really good too.
Okay. What about J.C. Horn?
Same thing. I like his kick step. I feel like he probably has the best kick step that I've seen, to where he
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
To where he just doesn't even have to use his hands, and he just gets into the receiver hip pocket.
Okay. You think his kick step is better than Denzel Ward's?
Yeah, that I've seen.
Oh, okay.
I think so.
Oh, all right. I'm surprised you didn't mention Jeff Okudah.
No, I don't really watch him like that no more.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So moving forward, what do you expect? What can we expect from Nas in the near future? Like what can we expect? You know, what can we expect? Like on the field, 40 time stats. Like, can we expect more than 2 interceptions? Like, what can we expect?
Well, first, I want to expect to give up less catches than what I did this year. This year, I only gave up.
Yeah, since you good, that's that. I like good, because I wouldn't even think about that. How many catches did you give up on the season? Now, that's what I wanted. How many catches did you give up on the season since you was targeted the most? How many catches did you give up this season?
4.
And that's it. And guess what? 2 of them catches came in one game. No, did it? No, I'm tripping. No, they didn't come in one game. Because you gave up a catch in the McDonough game, right? Gave up a catch. Yes. Well, he caught it was like a quick screen. So did they count that? They gave that quick screen, but you tackled him for like a 2-yard gain. The Ironton game, the Friendship game, and what's the other game? That's 3. What's the other game?
Gonzaga.
Okay, Gonzaga 4. And that was at the beginning. That was the first game of the season. That was the first game. So you gave up 4. You gave up 4 catches. And how many games y'all played? Because y'all finished. What was y'all record? 11 and what? 10 and 3?
11 and 3. No, 11 and 3.
11 and 3. So y'all played 14 games and you gave up 4 catches. I'll take it. I'll take it. All right. So you said next year you want to give up less than 4 catches in the season. All right. What else? Speed wise, what you trying to hit on the 40?
4.4.
High or low?
Don't matter. Just 4.4.
All right. I could take that. I could take that. You trying to get any carries? You trying to tote the mail? You want a few carries? Don't worry about it. I'm gonna ask your brother what he expect. Hold on. Let me Alfred, come in here and unmute yourself.
Yeah.
So, like you heard the question, I'm gonna answer the same thing. So on the field next year, what you expected for yourself statistically? What you trying to do?
Uh,
This dude. Look, he having technical difficulties like I was having the other night. Go ahead.
for anything, I want to play varsity. I don't want to. My intentions wasn't even to play JV this year. I want to be a strictly varsity player. So next year, I'm going to be determined to make varsity, get faster. So, because this year, what they try to do, they try to hold my speed. Or they try to use my speed as an excuse why I didn't get the ball. So I want to do track so well when I come back in the football season. Wherever I go, they won't have their excuse wouldn't be my acceleration because I will have everything that I need to be a running back and I just next year I just want to do better than I did this year.
All right. No yards, no touchdowns. No, you ain't putting you gonna set that goal for yourself? What?
For my touchdowns, I want to at least have like close to like 8 touchdowns and like close to 1,000 yards next year.
Okay. All right, that's reasonable. That's respectful. I can respect that. Who's the best running back in the house?
Me.
Huh?
Me.
Really? You really gonna say that on air like that?
Yes.
Oh, so you better than me?
Yes.
I like that. I like that confidence. Not yet. Soon though. Soon. You will be. But right now, I still hold the throne. Like your brother, he think he's the best corner in the house. It's close. He's close. I give him that. He's close. You know, both of y'all are close. I appreciate y'all approach and your outlook on it. You know, this season could have went a whole different way for both of you, right? But you know, you two dudes, chose to stick it out and not allow outside forces to deter you from your goals and your dreams, and you guys continue to work, and prove yourself right, and prove a lot of people, a lot of non-believers wrong. Because let's be honest, even when y'all played youth football, you was never the first pick. You was never the fan favorite. You know what I'm saying? You forced people to y'all forced people to like you because of y'all ability and the way y'all played the game. You know, see, y'all was never no diva. You know what I'm saying? In DC, the DC stands for Diva Crusher. You know what I'm saying? There was no diva in neither one of you. You went to work. You know what I'm saying? And that's what y'all always done. And that's what y'all continue to do. And that's what I seen y'all do this year. So when I watch you, Kafre, in the JV games, and I watch you get the ball like 7 times straight from the 50-yard line on in, and you just dropping that thing on people, like I'm in the stands, I'm yelling, telling you to do certain things, but yo, I'm very proud because I see that you're taking your training to the field. And as a player, you got to be able to do that. You got to be able to take your training to the field. Likewise with you, Nasor, just watching you every Friday after practice, when we either in the house or outside and we doing releases. And then Saturday, I see you use the same technique sometimes that you use when I'm running releases on you. You know, sometimes you may have the wrong hand up the jam, but that's fixable, right? But I appreciate y'all determination and y'all drive and y'all will. You know what I'm saying? You can't measure a player's heart. You know what I'm saying? You may have a dude that's 6'5", 6'2", 6'3", can run like a deer, built like a refrigerator, but his heart is like Jay. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't care about passing the eye test. Are you a football player? That's what I look for. I like to see cats that can play the game. When you line that thing up and the thing get tough, what they gonna do? Can you count on them? And I know, like, what did one of your players say in that championship game to you, Nasor? Not naming no names, but what he say to you? You are him. Lock him up. Like, yo, that's real. Coming from somebody from some people who were saying the opposite to you, the opposite of you in the off season during school time. Now they singing a different tune because your effort and your play. Like Kafre, people singing a different tune from what they saw from him in the spring and now when the season started. You know, it's all about player development. At the end of the day, it's all about player development. Everybody doesn't develop at the same time. Everybody develops different, right? Like I always say, it's the popcorn kernels. Each popcorn kernel don't pop at the same time. But you want to improve your game every year. You want to get better. You want to get better. You want to get better, right? You know what I'm saying? Now, like, I don't think it'll be a coach in the world that's going to be as hard on you as I would when you go to college. I expect them to be hard on you. But don't call me crying about something you can fix like some other players do. You call me crying that a coach said you stink or this, that, and the third. First thing I'm going to ask you is, what are you not doing? What are you not doing? Because I know you're going to send me your practice tape, and I'm going to look at it for both of you and be like, yeah, I can see why the coach said you stink. Kafre, you keep messing up in pass pro. Now, sorry, you're still messing up in zone. So, yeah, I can see why they saying you stink. Fix it. That's me. See, I ain't gonna go on social media and blast coaches for something that's fixable. That's on you. I'm not gonna do that. That's not me. Now, I can't condone my parent for doing what they do. That's the way they parent, right? But I'm not gonna enable y'all. I'm not gonna do that. Because when you leave my house and you go in the outside world is not gonna reason with you. The outside world is not going to ask you, well, how you doing? Kafre, how you feel? Doesn't work that way. You know what I mean? Just take the lessons that I've given you and apply it. You know what I'm saying? But I expect big things from you. You know what I'm saying? My expectations for the both of you are high. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have to live vicariously through neither one of you. I'm content with my football career and what I've done as a player. I'm very happy. So I don't have to live through neither one of you. You know what I'm saying? My job is to put into you all the knowledge that I have obtained throughout my years of playing and coaching and give it back to you and give it back to other young men. And, you know, what y'all do with it is up to you. But, no, I don't have to sit here and live through y'all. And y'all know that. You know what I'm saying? My legacy is cemented back at home. So I'm good. I want to see y'all be 3, 4 times, 10 times better than me. That's why I do this for. To make sure you guys are much better than me in all facets of life. As a man, as students, you know what I'm saying? You know, Nasor, you made honor roll. Kafre, you was like 2 points for making honor roll. Yo, that was like one of the proudest moments. You know what I'm saying? I've never made honor roll. Close, but I never made honor roll. So you did something that I've never done. I was close, but close don't get it. You know what I'm saying? That almost only works in horseshoes. You feel me? So I'm super proud to be your father. You know what I'm saying? And my cousin told me the other day, he was down from Connecticut, and he said, never underestimate the value of my presence. And I had to sit there for a minute, and I was like, say that again? And he was like, never underestimate the value of your presence. And I was like, man, that's dope. I said, I got to keep that. So, you know, I know my presence for you guys is needed. And I just watch how y'all play when y'all see me in the stand, when y'all know that I'm there. You know, and I just appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for being who you are. Y'all not perfect, but I appreciate both of you two for being the players that y'all are. Y'all don't make a bunch of excuses. Y'all don't point fingers. You call it straight. If you messed up, you own up to it. Accountability is great, and I've seen both of y'all do that. You know, I've seen Nasor do it. when he got beat playing for Mighty Mike for Landover to get beat by Watkins. I remember that play. And you learned from it, you grew from it, you know what I'm saying? Godfrey, I remember you winning the MVP in the conference championship, scoring 3 touchdowns. They're coming back the following week, and y'all got beat 6-0, you know, and you crying, and I'm consoling you. So I remember all those things. All those things are lessons learned, but you learn from all of that and makes you a better player, you know. And so, you know, moving forward, as y'all continue to grow and get recruited by colleges, I'm here to help in that process. I'm not here to tell you where to go. I'm just here to help guide and help you make the best decision. Because at the end of the day, you guys got to be at that university for 4 or 5 years, not me. So I'm just here to guide the both of you, look at the pros and cons, and then because guess what? Maybe none of them schools y'all chose may not recruit you. Maybe the best school that recruits you is JMU, and I'm okay with sending you to JMU. They're in the Sun Belt. I'm okay with that. But at the end of the day, we still got to do our due diligence, right? We still got to do our due diligence, and look at everything as a business. Even right now, high school, we look at it as a business because you're trying to get to the next level. But first and foremost, y'all got to keep them grades tight. That's first and foremost. We see a lot of players transferring, hitting the portal. You know, not sure how you feel about that, man. How you feel about Trayshawn Holden transferring from Alabama? How you feel about that? You got any opinion on that?
I think he transferred because he didn't like his role.
Okay, what role was he currently in at Bama this year?
He was more of a possession catcher.
Okay, now did he have a different role the year before?
I could say he played the same role. He had he was a backup receiver who rotated in for like Jameson Williams and John Mechie when they got tired. But
got you.
That was expected for him to do that. So
okay. So you think he was more so expected to be more so the guy this year, right? To be the guy, to be the number one target.
Well, I think that's what he thought.
Okay. What about Trey Sanders? Why do you think he leaving?
Because he got buried in the depth chart.
Yeah, that happens a lot, you know. Appreciate you, Brother Jay. I mean, that happens a lot. What do you think? Like even Miami, man, we got a lot of young men that's hitting that hit the portal, and probably a few more. You know, my man Al Blades is hitting the portal, and you know Max knows the story. A lot of other people know the story. Why I hold Blades a special place for him in my heart. You know what I'm saying? A special place. I never met him, but I met his father. I used to work out with his pops when I lived in Florida. You know, his father was a genuine dude. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I hold a special place for Al in my heart, because, you know, me and his pops were cool. You know what I mean? We worked out together. I just thought his father was a good dude, man. And, you know, sad he was gone. He was taken too early. But I'm always gonna root for Al. I'm always gonna root for anybody from our squad that decides to leave. I want them to go elsewhere and get it and kill it. A new opportunity. I'm always gonna root for them. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, I'm not going to harp over them transferring, because we have to move on as a program. They got to do what's best for them, and I respect that and I understand that, right? But we got to do what's best for us as a program too, and that's what Coach Mario and them are doing. But I mean, Cafre, I saw we got cats like transferring all over the place. Like Nassau, I sent you the thing the other day. Cavassier Smoke is leaving Kentucky. Like, yo, that dude can go. That dude can straight do it. But I mean, look, man, college football isn't yesterday's college football, right? Like yesterday's price isn't today's price. Yesterday's college football isn't today's college football. And I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm not saying it was better then than it is now. I'm not saying other than that. I'm just saying it's different. We're in a different time. We're in a different era now. You know what I mean? So, players have more of a choice to what they want to do, opposed to when I was in college, you couldn't transfer like that. You had to sit out. Now you can do that. So it's cool. Young men get to exercise their wants and their needs. And I wish nothing but the best for all of them dudes that go in the portal. Hope they find a spot that's good for them, where they could ball out and have opportunity to go to the league and change their family's life. You know what I'm saying? And create some generational wealth. Yeah. So we got any questions in the chat for the two young scholars before we get up out of here? Have them answer some questions for y'all. If y'all got any questions for them, so if y'all got any questions, shoot them. If not, we're gonna get up out of here. On this Friday Eve. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I got some questions for y'all. I got two. Big Ten championship. Who you got?
Michigan.
That's all. Calfred, who you got?
Who's playing?
Michigan and Purdue.
Oh, Michigan.
All right, Pac-12. I think is Utah,
Oregon,
and Oregon's not in it, bro. It's Utah and USC. Who you got, Calfred?
Utah.
All right. We got a question for y'all. Right here on the screen. What's the most important factor in making a college choice? Calfred, you can answer that first.
The most important choice is you gotta go to the school that most want you, not because of the name. Like, don't go to Alabama because it's Alabama. Go to Alabama because you got a chance of starting, and not just starting because they got much interest in you. Because some teams can just be giving you offers to take you away from a different team where they know you can make plays at, and they just sit you on the bench. That's why you go to a team where you go to a program where you'll have an opportunity to show off your talent in your freshman year.
Got you. Good answer. What about you, Nasur? What's the most important factor in making a college choice?
Whatever team wants you the most, and seeing the depth chart, because you don't want to go to a school that has about 15 receivers, and you have to end up competing with every last one of them dudes for spring and the summer. So things like that.
Okay. Got another question for y'all. What is your favorite NFL team? Nasur, you can go first.
Green Bay and the Panthers.
All right, Calfred, what about you?
Dallas and Seattle.
All right. Well, y'all already know me, Ravens and Bucks, right? Ravens and Bucks, right? Yeah. So, yeah, in this household, we got two teams, right? We got two teams. You hear everybody saying you can't have two teams. Man, look, hey, there's no rules to how many teams you can have, and we got two. And we got two. So that's what we do. But hey man, I appreciate everybody that's come through today on this Friday to kick it with us on this ABLAKK-Thought with my two Dunnies, my two sons, you know what I'm saying? My two scholar athletes, man, that I'm truly proud of and amazed by their feats and their efforts and their work ethic. I mean, I can't be any happier. You know what I'm saying? I love both my sons. I'm always gonna ride for them, but they know I will crack their jaw too if need be. It's just part of that tough love. You know what I'm saying? But I'm proud of my sons. You know what I mean? I'm proud of my sons. I'm proud of how they conducted themselves this year like young men, and they put it on the field. I'm not happy with my son being second team. I think he should have been first team. I think he was one of the best corners in the league. You know what I'm saying? I think him and his teammate, DeMille Bostic, those two should have been first team. You know what I'm saying? Because those two are the best two corners in the WCAC, in the Metro Division. You know what I'm saying? And two of the best in the whole WCAC. I want to say something, but I don't really want to talk about that right now. So I want to talk about that offer somebody got, but I'll hold that. I'll talk about that in the Discord. I'll talk about that in the Discord. But yeah, man. So we about to get out of here. You know, it is some college football on this weekend. I don't know if it's a game on tonight, maybe, but I know definitely tomorrow. I will be tuning in to a championship Saturday. Hope all of you will, you know, and keep your eyes out because, you know, our team is going to be doing some big things in the next few weeks as far as recruiting and in the transfer portal. So, you know, this whole team is going to look different with a different mentality, a different mindset. Like I said, next season is on like Donkey Kong. You know, we gonna bust cats in the mouth. Right? We gonna bust some cats in the mouth. So, you know, Coach Mario, appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Roll, I got your back. If you ever need me to do something for you up here in the DMV while I'm here, hey, just hey, you know who I'm connected to. Just put the word in and I'll do what I can for the squad, you know. But with that being said, I appreciate all of y'all. Oh, USC and Utah tonight. So yeah, we're gonna do that. Go get some good eats. And we're gonna sit up here and watch that. But yo, man, I appreciate y'all. You know me, I'm a black, my thought, I come different. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. I'm not really on social media like that. You know, my brother is, y'all know my brother Groove, he's on the social media tip like that. Not me. I don't really do the Twitter stuff and going back and forth. I just don't do that. I just when I come on my platforms here, Storm Warner Show and the Maxed Out Show starring me, I'll just let my knowledge, let my knowledge do all the speaking. You know what I'm saying? And let y'all formulate your own opinion. You know what I'm saying? If I sound like I know what I'm talking about, I ain't gonna really get indignant, and I'm not doing that. So I want y'all to have a good weekend, safe weekend, stay up, keep an eye out on them Canes because we about to do big things. Big things, but for no change. But David's mom, she does a lot of strange things for a little bit of change, baby. All right, Max. Hey, love y'all. Have a great weekend. Go Canes. Nas, Confrey, y'all want to say peace to the people?
All right. See y'all next time.
And we out of here, family. Peace.